Hi everyone, it's the Club Racing UK podcast in association with Silver Lake Automotive Recycling. We've actually got 6 guests on tonight. You will see 3 at the moment, but in the second half of the show, we are going to swap these 3 lovely guests we have here with us today with 3 more wonderful guests. It's our Ambassador Mid-Year Catch-Up Special, just in time for the 6th month of the year 2022. It's me, Robert Lewis, with Stefan Marsh and Nick Holmes. And joining us in the first half of the show is none other than Club Racing UK ambassadors Nick Prawnthorne and Cameron Bell.
Evening, folks.
Hello.
And filmmaker, award winner extraordinaire, Darren S. Cook. How are you, Darren?
Yeah.
Sexy beast.
Hey, stop it. Sexy
boy.
How are we doing, guys?
Just look at this lineup. Yeah. Honestly,
it is
really good.
It
needs to come with a warning tonight, doesn't it?
It is water, isn't it? No, it's not.
May cause wobbly knees.
May cause wobbly knees. But the comments are coming in already. Luke Rainbird, James Stone Street, Jason Stone, Matt Cleary, Trudy Stone as well. Good evening, everyone. So it's our ambassador catch-up special. So if you're expecting 3 ambassadors, unfortunately, Dan Thackeray, fingers crossed, hasn't been cancelled by EasyJet yet with what's been going on there. But he is due in. He is literally on. As we speak, Dan is on a plane. He is due to land back from holiday at about 9 o'clock. So it would have been quite rude for us to expect him to get straight off the plane into arrivals, pick up his suitcase. Oh, by the way, can you jump on the podcast at the same time? So we will catch up with Dan Thackeray another time, because I believe he's also racing this weekend in the Civic Cup round at Brands Hatch.
Nice.
Right. Before we start with the ambassadors as well, I just want to send... I'm sure it's going to be everyone's well wishes to Roger Stanford. He had quite a nasty accident in the Cortina at the weekend. Obviously, everyone was a bit worried because they took the live stream straight off of YouTube, which is good. So well done to Buck for that. Happy to report he is back home. He's got broken ribs, a few other little injuries, but he's recovering well. Obviously, he's quite an elder gentleman, so it's going to take him a bit more to recover, but we hope to see him back and racing his beautiful historic cars very soon.
Yeah, get better soon, dude.
Get better soon, man.
And also, we want to send our well wishes to Stephen Primmett as well, because unfortunately, he was involved in a bit of an incident. Someone decided to break into Alton Park and steal his car and trailer from the race meeting. Couldn't believe that.
What a bunch of effing jeffing...
Yeah, I know. It's, look, there's a appeal that's gone out. There is a GoFundMe that's been raised for Stephen as well. I mean, he's a stalwart of club racing. He's been racing that beautiful Mark 1 Escort of his in the Pre-83 for many years. He's a multiple champion. We just hope it doesn't put him off going back and racing hard like he normally does. So again, we send our well wishes out to Stephen Primmett as well.
Definitely sounded like a bit of a bizarre incident, though, didn't it? That's just...
Yeah, I mean, we obviously we don't know officially what happened, and obviously there will still be a police investigation. Alton Park will want to do their investigations as well, so we can't speculate too much. But from what was gathered,
no, definitely not. But
a
main thing is he's safe and well.
Yeah, he's safe and well. Unfortunately, he was assaulted when they took it. He tried to stop them, and unfortunately copped a bit of a blow as he tried to stop them. But unfortunately, his caddy van and his trailer were both stolen from the circuit. So. Fingers crossed. I believe some details were put into the Club Racing UK paddock as well. So just get a look on there and keep a lookout if you're around the area.
Yeah,
right.
100%.
So we're going to start on with the show. Now, I'm not going to start with the driver yet because Darren Cook, bless you, you've been working hard all day. You're busy filmmaking down in Brooklyn. So tell us about that first, if you can.
I knew of Brooklands. I knew that it existed. But actually seeing it today just made me realise that there's something quite historic and very... it gets you right here when you're standing on that bank, and they're trying to keep that whole banking at Brooklands down here in Surrey. It's just some filming work that I'm doing for Surrey County Council.
Okay.
But yeah, they're trying to show people that there is a history of racing down here, which I've got to be honest, you kind of forget about that stuff. You forget that that's there because if people don't talk about it, people don't talk about Brooklands, they don't talk about Brooklyn's the test track and the banking. But if ever you're down in this area, I would say just go and have a look at it. It's by the big Tesco's. If you go to Tesco's and shop, literally step out of Tesco's, walk straight across the car park. It's there. It's insane. It's insane. Stand on it.
That in itself is something that's wrong right there, isn't it? When you use Tesco's as the reference point to an old racetrack.
Snacks and goodies before we race, isn't it?
That is where the world has gone wrong.
Yeah, no, it's insane. It's still all there. The original concrete. It's got stuff going through it, but it's there. You can see it. It's high.
It's of the period. Obviously, everyone talks about the famous Monza banking as well, and quite often when the Italian Grand Prix is on, you see people taking the pictures. But yet, not like you say, a lot of people realise that we've got our own. I mean, Brooklands is probably as historic, if not more historic, than Silverstone, and we call that the home of British motorsport.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame that stuff like that gets taken away. It gets deactivated. I will always come back to my home track of Rockingham. It's a shame that these tracks get closed down and they're just laid to waste. It's criminal, absolutely criminal.
Well, we did put the world to rights about that one the other night, didn't we, gents? When we met up with Robin and Tom of the C1 Racing Club.
Yeah, unfortunately, at that point, I did get on my soapbox because I still think it's criminal that Rockingham was closed down.
I genuinely thought by the end of the night we were going to end up buying it. It got a little bit.
Group of people to buy that and run it than racing drivers who've got a passion for a technical track like that. It's that's a genuine crime.
It's criminal when you drive up that way. All the brown tourist signs are still up there. So Rockingham International Speedway. It kind of makes you go, oh, but it's not.
Yeah,
it does. It does. It makes your heart sink. And about a year and a half ago, I was going onto the industrial estate in Corby to do a job at another site. But I drove up towards the security gate and just seeing all the stuff that's effectively just rotting away a bit, and just seeing it, that was.
It's a horrible feeling. It's a horrible feeling when something like that happens too.
Yeah. And again, with Brooklands, a lot of people won't realise the historic banking. Some of the Formula One greats of the 50s and 60s drove on that circuit, and not a lot of people would realise that. And again, it's something like that.
Thin tyres, around that track, hanging out.
Proper drivers, not us.
Real men, real drivers.
Yeah. Well, where men were men, and you were two. I think Jackie Stewart put it. You were 2 out of 3 times more likely to die in a race than live.
What a way to go.
Yeah. Certainly, yeah. However, moving on to more modern times, you have actually been doing some racing this year, haven't you, Darren? So tell us a bit about
that. I got into the Enduro KA through Grid Finders, which has been probably the most fun that I think I've had in. Oh my God! Look at the waistband on that one there. It was the most fun I've had, and I think getting back in that car with Toby Owen, Tom, and Chris Hayes. Chris Hayes, oh my God, that guy is he's such a joy to talk to. His knowledge of film, media, but also sim racing, and his love for that racing was just. He fascinates me, that guy. Absolutely fascinates me. And just to be involved in that team. And when I got in the car, it was safety cars are not my friend anytime I've been racing recently. Every time I've been in the car, Darren's in the car, quick, send the safety car out. I managed to tag on to the leader, and I did 5 laps, literally 2 foot behind him. And it's the most exposure I've had on track in my entire racing career. And I thought it's great if only I was second, but I was like 2 laps down and tugging around the back. But I enjoyed it. I think Enduro KA is such a lot of fun. Graves Motorsport, who ran our car for us, were just they were just a joy to be around. They were funny. They were entertaining. The car was it was on it. but Toby Owen, oh my God, can that guy pedal? And he should be on podiums all the time. If you look at that lid, I love that lid.
Well, the reason I love that photo because you took that photo and I thought that's a Darren style photo.
Yeah, that's one of my favourite lids. That's the V2 Pro that Will Fairclough bought for me because he borrowed my old V2 Pro helmet, which had a vinyl wrap on it, and he gave it back. He said, "I'm really sorry, but someone left it next to the heater, and it had bubbled the vinyl, and it spit the lacquer." But he literally sent me this new helmet because I said, "Don't worry about it, mate. It's a go-kart helmet." He sent me a brand new one, and I just thought I need something different because I really love my yellow, as you guys know, my yellow design and like the fancy stuff on my lids. But yeah, Grid Finder has got something very stylized towards it, and I thought I just need to do something different for it.
Well, actually, we've got the comments that are coming in quite quickly. One of them from Jeremy Evans: that Grid Finder KA is far too quick for my liking. Well, funnily enough, Jeremy Evans of Marketing Delivery Simprini Racing will be joining us in about half hour, 45 minutes. So he'll be able to tell everyone exactly why that KA is a bit too quick.
It's got a bit of poke. It really has. It's a great car to drive. It really has.
Fantastic.
I've got to say, it's definitely one of the best looking ones out there. And if it doesn't win the Dagenham Dustbin this year, I'll be
that was Tom.
quietly surprised.
Tom up there. Tom Bunting. The guy's brilliant. One of the nicest blokes I've ever met. Nicest blokes I've ever met.
He is, yeah. We've spoken to him a couple of times in Zoom calls, and it's come across really friendly.
Real nice guy.
Great kisser.
Be good to make me with us. I like that. Jamie Peter Ennis comments. Just tuned in. I'm disgusted by these thefts at circuits. Brands hatched last week. An e-scooter was nicked during the night. Something needs to be done. And hearing someone got hurt at Alton, it's inexcusable. Sorry, it's really angered me. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Jamie. There's just no place for it. And like we've said, hopefully something gets sorted soon. Darren Thompson, hey up, Daz, on my telly.
Hey, Daz. One of the most incredible engineers, mechanics I've ever met, Darren. He has. We would like to spend more time with Darren. He's certainly got a legendary status up and down any paddock you go to. So, God, yeah.
Someone worth meeting, I believe. We are still using Rockingham for testing easily 12 months after it was officially closed.
Ooh,
it's not racing though, is it?
No, it's not.
Just get a grid of about 30 test cars and get TSL there, and then we'll all come along and test together.
This test session looks a bit racy. Yes, we're testing how close these cars can race together, and
well done. You were the top tester today. As you did the podium. I reckon we should do that.
Yeah, just sort of work our way around it. Nick's onto something. Nick is onto something. I will give him that. So Darren, you're currently going back onto the filming and documentary making at the moment. What's your plan for the rest of the year going forward?
Currently, we're just finalising the first year of the Team Brit documentary, Believe and Achieve.
Okay.
We had edited a 90-minute film. And then we approached BritBox, and we were then breaking it down to 3 1-hour episodics as the story of the whole season. But I don't know if you guys have heard, but BritBox is closing. So that deal was ITVX, I believe, have closed down BritBox. They're taking over the kind of streaming, so they're not looking for the motorsport stuff. So we're taking it back now to our original idea, which is 6 30-minute episodes of the series of Team Brit in their first Brit car series and all the testing and training that's led up to this point. So we're just kind of going backwards a bit and getting it how we wanted it, and then we're taking it to pitch to some other channels. What we want to do is try and get this done ASAP, because obviously Team Brit have stepped up to British GT. Bobby and Aaron are literally flying. They're doing really well in their class. You know, they are gradually getting faster and faster in that McLaren GT4. They're proving their worth on the track. They are proving their worth off the track, but with their hospitality, it's just been a very, very. I'm glad I'm covering this story because we're still going to be covering it all the way to Le Mans, and I still need to get this Club Racing UK documentary done, the Rags to Racetrack, because that for me is still a very passionate. And now that I'm back in racing with Enduro KA, I'm seeing the side of it from a racing driver's point of view, which is now fueling that fire again. So, I really need to get involved with the ambassadors, but also involved with a lot of the teams and the series, and just try and get more people back into motorsports. It's such an amazing family to be involved in. Doesn't matter what you race, how you race, where you race. It's family, and I think in this day and age, we need to keep that going, build it. Chuck more coal and fuel on that fire. Let's get it going.
Absolutely,
100%. Here, hoorah!
Valhalla.
I love that. Well, make sure you keep us posted, Darren. Certainly, and we will certainly be keeping everyone posted of Darren S. Cook's progress on the filming and documentary making. If you want an award-winning filmmaker on your books, Darren S. Cook, Scruffy Bear Pictures, get in contact.
Yeah, I don't charge like an award-winning director, believe me. I understand what it's like. Literally, I do not go out there to make the money with racing. For me, I want to help racing drivers. I want to help teams. Just fucking call me. Like, literally, I'm there to help you guys.
Now!
That's the sales pitch right there, isn't it?
Just call me.
Yeah, seriously, I'm there to help, guys. I'm there to help, and I think the more that we can push it and advertise and market you guys, let's do it. Let's get let's make British motorsport what it's always been. Great.
It is.
Perfecto. Never a better word to end
I tell you
on.
something. He's very professional when we have him on these shows, isn't he?
Oh, he's a beautiful human being, is what Darren S. Cook is. Right, now we are going to come to the prawn, Nick Prawn Vaughan.
Hello.
You've been a very busy man looking at your vlogs this season.
Yeah.
So you've been a very busy man. You've been tinkering with the car, trying to get it to work properly, trying to make good memories with it, racing hard, racing fair. Describe your season so far.
It's been eventful. It's probably the best word for it. Did a ton of changes over winter. Decided we were going to go and do Thunders, turn the car up, make it all a bit mad. Went to the first round thinking we had a really good car under us and blew the gearbox up 3 times in a weekend. So of course, I had a bit of an epic. You guys were there, which was great to see you there on a Sunday. I think a lot of people have already seen your video of what happened and what went wrong. But it was kind of like team building. We all kind of rallied around. Saturday morning, gearbox went in quali, and we were like, well, is that us done? And we're like, no, we're not. Let's get stuck in. I think about 600 miles were covered over the weekend with Jared driving back and forth, picking up gearboxes, clutches. So many people helped us out with stuff, and it kind of pulled us all together, and we went, you know what, we can do this. Let's have a go at it.
A good job it wasn't last weekend with the current diesel prices.
that would have been game over after quali, pack up, go home.
I am just going to put one picture up because I think this describes you, certainly your racing, which is spectacular. Check this out.
Yeah.
I tried that once. It didn't end well.
Did not.
That's how they get that so smooth, isn't it? They just send him round for a lap and he just lays it over again.
I love that. So obviously, at Silverstone, you had the gearbox problems. But
Silverstone gearbox problems. Brands Hatch, went there. I've never driven it before in my life. Don't ask how, because it's only.
How have you never been to Brands Hatch?
I'm genuinely.
That's almost our local truck.
No, but it's not. We got Thruxton, Goodwood, Coombe. We've got so many more that are close. Silverstone is closer. Brands is like 2 and a bit hours. Silverstone's an hour and a half.
No, it's not. It's an hour and 3/4 away.
Yeah, it's the M25 though. It's all crap, isn't it? Don't know. Just never done it. Went there. First ever laps of Brands was straight after the trucks, straight into quali. Had to learn it, set a lap.
Yeah,
it was pretty terrifying. Paddock Hill, cold tyres. I just thought, what am I in for here? We didn't qualify that well. We qualified 13th, which was not where we want to be. that makes for a good race, doesn't it? It makes it really exciting when you're heading out, thinking, well, this is going to be a bit different. Kind of still learning as you're going. So yeah, no, Brands was good. First race we had a couple of little teething issues with the car still. Second race was really good. I think we came from 15th through to 5th overall, which gave us our first class win, which I was really happy with.
Yeah, I mean, it was, when I watched your onboard from that video, it was great to watch you sort of as you were racing, albeit from doing road sports last year, which is sort of a longer endurance race. Even these short, sharp sprint races you were doing, sort of semi-learning the track and pushing the car on a bit more and making your way through the field as you went on. It was great to watch.
It's great fun. The more and more you do, and obviously guys that have been racing forever know this, but there's such a difference between just being able to drive a fast lap and being able to race and cut through traffic, know when to make a move, know when to hold back, that sort of thing. So yeah, and sprint racing is a very different mentality. Again, I kind of thought it would just be the same but shorter, but it seems to be more intense, everything, shorter period of time. It's awesome. Really enjoying it so far. Yeah.
I got 15 minutes and I need to go now.
Yeah, that's it. Go.
It's just full throttle everywhere
to the end, and yeah,
absolutely.
I do have to say though, Nick, watching you cut through the field sometimes is like watching someone play Mario Kart on easy.
well, it only happens after. So we go to a new track that I've never done before. So we never qualify kind of representative of where I should be at the moment. So Brands and Alton weren't tracks I've ever done. So we turned up, we're learning it in quali. So we qualify somewhere that's probably not really where we should be. And then over the first 3-4 laps of race one, I'm learning more and more and more. And we're kind of getting back to where we think we should be in the grid.
Yeah.
Which hopefully is up at the sharp end. Fingers crossed.
Can we just point out that's not how to do it? He should really, when people come in and go, I'll just rig it on the qualifying because Nick Vaughan said, don't learn the track, go out and quali, learn it, get back, on.
Said.
Although to be fair, a true club racer, okay, and I'm speaking as a skint club racer. True club racers, skint, they test in qualifying.
Bloody hell.
That's the one.
Yeah. Don't they finish building the car in qualifying and then
build the car and assembly, and off you go.
Yeah,
I mean, I think Rob's hit a really good point there, though. We're all club racers. We're all on a budget doing what we're trying to do. You look at the price of a test day now. An average test day is the same cost as a race entry,
if not more.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
And then you've got 3 times as much fuel. You'll go through twice as much tyre wear and brake pad wear in a test day as you would in a race meet.
Yeah.
So sometimes you kind of have to take that deep breath and go, yeah, we're shaking this down in qualifying, dudes. Let's see what she's got. And you flip that coin and it'll either go well or it won't.
Yeah.
But it ended pretty well for you, didn't it, Nick, looking at this?
Yeah, so we went into the year, kind of no massive expectation with Thunders being such a different one. We said whole year we'd like to get 1 overall podium. So we're not in Class A, we're in Class B, so the next one down. 1 overall podium was a goal, and 6 races in, we've done it. Managed a P3 last weekend.
Nice.
Well done, man.
Mid.
Well
really,
done.
That was mid.
really happy.
Hey.
Pride of place. But massive team effort again. It's an awful lot more than just me. Without the guys, had a couple of different guys along for support at Alton, just due to distances and logistics. Everyone gets stuck in. Everyone kind of like has a job. Everyone works together really and tries to give me the easiest time so I can focus on the driving, which I need to concentrate on.
I've just noticed a couple of comments here from Nick Jackson, who is waiting in the background, who's also going to be one of our second roll of guests coming on shortly. He does say here, when I started racing, I didn't do a test day for about 3 years. He carries on to say, it's certainly not advisable, however.
No.
This is true. This is very true.
I've only ever done one and I cracked the block and I've driven all the way to Croft. So that's put me off test days for life.
Ouch.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not cool.
Because that was road sports last year, wasn't it?
Road sports last year, 4 of us, hotels for 2 nights, all the travel. We all carted up there. We thought, we'll do testing. We'd never driven it. 2 sessions into testing, cracked the block, game over for the whole weekend.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. That was a sad drive home.
That's And a skint one as well. Oh.
Yeah, very.
I can imagine to not see a racing that was unreal.
Oh, it's unreal.
Jamie Peter Ennis, he makes a good point here because your next event coming up is our local track. Can't wait to see Nick's Audi at Thruxton. It will be like an absolute missile, but I recommend he learns the track first. # track walk.
I'm going to hold Jamie to this. Jamie is a well-connected man, and he has promised to take me for a walk around Thruxton before the event. So,
Excellent.
Jamie, I'm holding you to that. We'll go meet up one evening.
Bali?
You can take me around and point at bits I should know about.
We want pictures of that as well.
Yeah, deal.
Brilliant.
Absolutely. I mean, to be fair, Thruxton, we talk about testing, but Thruxton, in terms of getting a track day there or anything like that, it's fine and well if you can do, but then you've got to put 1,000,001 silent, because I think the highest decibel rating
90.
I've seen, 90 decibel. That's basically a road car.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So if you want to go testing at Thruxton on a track day, you've more or less got to either turn up in a road car or turn your race car into a road car.
I literally have a Thruxton exhaust.
Yeah.
What's that? You putting an electric motor in?
No, I've got a silencer like this long, that way, this long, just for going to Thruxton, just to make it, and it makes it 89 decibels, and they always give you a little nod and wave you on through.
Wow,
And then you sort of sidle up to them later and go, "Where are the drive-by meters?" And they go, "Here, here, and here." And that's when you give it the cursory lift, just as you're going past. Of course, you can't do that. As Steph found out, and I found out last year, you can't do that at Brands because apparently it's got 3 dotted around the circuit now.
Who
knew?
90 decibels, though. That's no
Well,
good for a track, is it?
Steph, I'm just going to say, you knew there was around there, and you went out and made your exhaust louder.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know that. All the theory behind it would have made it quieter. Turned out it made it louder.
Was that putting the Laguna pipe on it, the 90-degree tip?
Yeah, that makes it louder.
Well,
It moves off the floor.
It bounces sound waves off the ground, Steph.
Should have turned it
I know that now.
But I mean, to be fair, guys, Steph had a good point there. It's not the first time I've heard that either. In terms of putting the 90-degree bend into the ground will make it quieter. I've been told that as well.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
You do see it.
Yeah.
I've seen it loads of times. Thought, we'll just do that. No, don't do that. It makes it worse.
Yeah.
Second black flag. Put it on the trailer. Oh.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. See you later then.
Sorry, Nick. Coming back to you, mate.
No, it's cool.
So Brands Hatch, you're learning it as you go, and certainly looking through the socials of that weekend, everyone was suffering with horrific understeer.
It was. I don't know if it's the trucks or the Jags. The trucks obviously chuck a load of grit and dirt and diesel and whatever, and the Jags obviously cut a good few gallons of oil over the track on a regular basis. It was just no grip anywhere whatsoever. It was hideous. So it kind of didn't feel good.
It must have been gutting when you then saw on the Monday Brands putting the story up saying, "We're just resurfacing a few corners."
Yeah. Thanks for that, guys.
Yeah, thanks. Brilliant.
So, okay, rest of the year. So, what's obviously you've got the Thruxton round coming out, but what else is in store for Team Prawn Racing?
So we're actually at Goodwood next week with Mission Motorsport doing a beneficiary day. So ex-service people, kind of injured in the course of duty, people that have been affected by military operations and things, we are taking them out for the day. Me and a bunch of other guys at Goodwood with Mission Motorsport taking people out, so that should be really good. We've got, it's something I've done a couple of times. I've done 5 or 6 events with them over the years, and I enjoy myself because I'm driving on a track, but you're giving something back as well. And you see what they do. They train guys up. They give them a new trade, a new purpose. They put them into industry, get them back into motorsport, and kind of like rehabilitation. I think their motto is race, retrain, recover. Yeah. That's something I feel quite strongly about. I really enjoy doing things with them. So really looking forward to that. And it's, from my point of view, it's a day driving Goodwood, so why not?
Yeah,
right.
So
yeah, definitely that. Win-win.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, keep an eye out on the socials for that happening certainly, and Club Racing UK will be sharing that as well. Brilliant cause, and well done for doing that as well, Nick. So, what's your sort of targets heading towards the end of the year as well?
Towards the end of the year, so we're back onto tracks we know. We've got Thruxton, Donington, Snetterton. We're back at Brands again, so it's all tracks I know for the end of the year. So I'm looking forward to hopefully giving a slightly better portrayal of ourselves and what we're capable of, and then wrapping the year up with the Burkett with you guys.
Hell
Nice.
yes.
Outstanding.
Looking forward to that. You have a vector to build. You have a vector to build. Where is it?
Yes, we do.
It's here.
We do. It's
It's
on it.
getting there.
We're on it.
Build that Vectra, please.
Somewhere.
It's coming back.
There's a lot
Darren,
of
you've
people
got
looking
fond
forward to
memories of that Vector, haven't you?
Yeah. Quick, Darren, take me round the track. It's damp with slick rears.
Well, they were very well worn R888s, were they not?
Worn tyres. And then it
Very
started
well.
raining. That was the best fun I've ever had, man. Thank you.
That was something not to be expected, actually. Sort of greasy track, turn in. Oh, there is no grip. I'm going straight forwards.
You all had a go on it. The car handling will be a lot more improved when it is back out.
A lovely car, man. I'm so glad it's coming back.
It is.
Outstanding. Right, and now on to our M750 Motor Club MR2 Challenger, Cameron Bell. Good evening, Cameron.
Yes. Good evening.
Thank you for waiting patiently. So, your first half of the season, describe it, because you've had a bit of a mixed bag, haven't you, in terms of cancelled races, bit of bad luck, but in terms of pace and driving the car, you've been improving all year, which is great to see.
I have, yeah. I'm happy with the results I've had so far. But yeah, round 1 and 2, Donington Park this year was my home event. The morning was absolutely beautiful. I was really looking forward to it. I was feeling very relaxed. Went out in qualifying, felt good. I can't remember where I qualified. I think I qualified maybe 18th, 19th, somewhere around there. And yeah, race 1 came around. I got a very good start, actually. Shot off through turn 1, followed the pack through Craners, and then just when we were coming back up the hill, I had an electrical issue, and I suddenly lost power steering, ABS. The dials decided to just flicker and go mental, and yeah, I didn't know what was happening. I tried to continue with it for another lap, but I could see it ending badly. I could see it ending up in a barrier or something, so I decided to pull off, do the sensible thing, pull off, repair it in time for race 2, and it was the main battery isolator that had come loose at the back. But one of the other drivers had a spare one, which was exactly the same, so we managed to just fit that, and it was ready in time for race 2.
Which never happened, I believe.
Exactly. So
the ruined the story, Rob.
Well,
my second race was scheduled for as the last race of the day, but before that there was a Club Enduro. I think it was a 2-hour race, and one of the cars in that went off into the gravel, just nudged the barrier, I think, but it was stuck in the gravel. And when the race finished, the recovery team went out to collect it, and it turns out that they had inadequate towing eyes. Now, this was like
What?
this is like a team Audi almost TCR car, so I've no idea how it has inadequate towing eyes, but it couldn't be towed back to the pits, so it had to be lifted, and then when they tried to lift it, with it being an Audi and the engine being so far forward, it was sort of coming up at a massive angle, and they couldn't get it up high enough to get it onto the bed. But it took them 45 minutes to recover this car. Not the recovery team were doing everything they could, and they've always been brilliant at every circuit I've ever been to. So 45 minutes delay. That cancelled the last race of the day, which was the MR2s. So a DNF in round 1 and a cancelled race in round 2.
Oh, dude.
So not very good.
That's not
Can
cool.
I just emphasise something there? So Cameron, what you're saying is bloody Audi drivers. Is that what you're saying?
Something like that, yeah. But it was, I was absolutely gutted because I was really happy with my qualifying performance. I felt really comfortable with the car. The weather was absolutely spot on. I had my friends and family had come to watch, some for the first time ever. My dad was there, and my sponsors had come along. So Page CRUK Accountancy, James and Jack, they came along and for the entire day, and got a feel of what club level racing is about. And yeah, so they sort of saw me do 1 or 2 competitive laps throughout the entire day. So I felt gutted for them, but they loved it. They said it was a brilliant day out for them.
Motorsport is a cruel mistress.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Never to be tamed.
Hey,
Oh,
look at
that's
him,
happy
though.
there.
Well, look
Look
at
at
that.
that.
Smile. You sit there like
loving
you're
it.
enjoying yourself.
I'm
Was that after
smiling.
qualifying?
That's a calendar boy, that is.
I'm smiling
gonna
there 'cause
say-
that's, I think after qualifying at Silverstone, so rounds 3 and 4, Silverstone National, and
No
it was
way.
the
The
first
sun's
time-
never out at Silverstone.
Oh no! Honestly, in this case, it was. I got sunburn. There was no rain, which is weird as well.
Is that Maxine
What?
Nichols there in number 17?
That is, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friend of the show.
Silverstone National, first time on that track, which is a triangle with a little squiggly bit.
The 3-corner wonder track.
He's not wrong, people. He's not wrong.
Nailed it.
But as Nick said, learnt that in qualifying and qualified 21st. Race 1 was brilliant, probably my most enjoyable race to date. Finished 16th, so I was very happy with that. And then race 2 was a bit broken up between safety car came out, and then the race finished early because of a car went backwards into a barrier, and and I think started 19th, finished 19th in that. But yeah, the season so far has been, I'll say good, because Donington was just completely out of my hands, really.
Yeah, I mean, the things you can control, and I spoke to you about this a few weeks ago when you came up to the C1s. The things you could control, you've got better at. So just keep going, Cam, because the pace you're showing is excellent. The car is beautifully prepared, well put together. You know, to me personally, I know Nick and Steph feel the same. You're showing the spirit of a proper club racer.
100%.
Built from the garage. You know, you had a bit of a difficult first year last year. You had the shunt at Brands, that knocks your confidence, but you're coming back strong this year, and it's great to see. And you're doing it arguably in one of the most competitive one-make club series in the country.
I'm glad you said that, Rob, because obviously the MR2 Championship is fraught. And I mean, what's your average grid size, Cam? I think you've been 40 plus cars every weekend, isn't it, so far?
Yeah, there was chat on the group today saying that Brands Hatch, the next race, is oversubscribed at, I think, 40 at the minute. So probably 35 to 40 every race.
Mad grid to be part of.
Crazy.
I mean, I can't remember the last time I saw an MR2 Championship race that wasn't split grids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, and that shows you the popularity of the series, but that doesn't, you know, it's also a case of quantity also equals quality as well.
Yeah.
Because some of those front running drivers are absolutely phenomenal, the likes of Paul Cook and co. And for you know, you're pushing up into the teens in terms of position and pace as well.
Yeah.
You're really so close in terms of pace, Cameron. Like we said, mate, keep going, and we look forward to seeing results the rest of the year. So the rest from now. So, what are your targets going towards the rest of the year?
Just to carry on with what I'm doing, I'm getting each time I'm in the car. Everyone talks about seat time, seat experience, and I think last year I just completely underestimated it. But now I'm starting to realise how important it is. And so the more and more I spend in the car, the more comfortable and confident I'm getting with the ability of the car. Brands Hatch is next in 3 weeks' time. Hopefully, I keep it on the black stuff. I don't have any more accidents or repairs to do. yeah, I'm looking forward to Brands because it's a short lap, and the pack tends to stay pretty close. So I'm hoping that if I can get right onto the front pack, keep it on the black stuff, maybe a couple of other people will make mistakes, and I'll be able to come through and get certainly top 15. That's my aim for
There we
the
go.
rest of the season, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, good luck,
Throw
mate.
it down,
Good
top
luck.
15.
luck.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Cameron, go for it, dude.
Fantastic.
No,
mate.
no Nick Prawn Vaughan style drifting, though. Okay.
Yeah, not that mad. Maybe just a little
No.
one here and there.
A little one's
Just-
cool.
Just
but
get the hand out the window next time, like, yeah.
You got to remember the engine's in the back, the engine's behind
Yeah.
you, so it's always
Getting an MR2 back from that angle is going to be a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing is, Cam, you say that. I saw it was literally before we went live, and you put a picture up just with your tow vehicle and your race car, and I was like, he's got it on the trailer, but oh yeah, it's an MR2. The engine is the right way. You forget.
Yeah, that's
something.
it. Yeah, yeah. You
It's
got to
weird. It's so
reverse it
weird.
on the trailer.
Yeah, even with a roadster or something like that, if you look at a car like that, a race car on the trailer, it's weird seeing it all backwards.
Yeah, it is.
It's really odd.
It's quite strange. So obviously Brands is the one to look forward to. Have you got any targets that you've set yourself in terms of results, or just to keep improving? And
Yeah, just to keep improving. I want to finish top 15 overall in championship, but with the DNF and Donington Park, and I've missed Croft last weekend because I was at a wedding.
Yeah,
that's looking a bit difficult, but I'm still going to aim for it. I'm still going to do the best I can. I've got Snetterton, Silverstone International, Cadwell, and Alton Park for the remainder of the year. Snetterton's my favourite track.
That's awesome.
And I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be my main focus of really trying to push myself, because I know the track, and it's my favourite. I just really want to push myself because there's a couple of corners, especially the last big sweeping right-hander, which I know I've got some time to make up on. So I'll be really trying to push around there and keep up with some of the quick lads in front.
absolutely.
Nice.
You'll do well,
Go
mate.
for it, man.
And again, Club Racing UK will be keeping everyone on top of what Cameron's up to in the MR2 series. And just like that, we've reached the end of the first half of the show. So we're going to swap these lovely three guests out for three more wonderful guests. So my thanks. Thank you, guys. It's the first time we've tried this, so hopefully this works. But thank you guys for joining us, to Cameron Bell, to Nick Vaughan, and to Darren S. Cook. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you very much for having us on.
Great to see you guys.
Take
Good
care.
luck,
See you
everybody.
soon.
Good luck for
Good
the
to
year.
see you guys. Right, now it's just
look.
us three. Just before we bring the other three guests on tonight, we've got a short message, funnily enough, from Nick Holmes, to do with Silver Lake.
Yeah.
So then, guys, if you're looking for quality recycled parts for your race car, head over to silverlake.co.uk.
Look at that! I'm in an
Boom.
advert.
Nope.
Woo! No, that's quite a cool little snippet, actually. So I only found out about that about 46 minutes and 2 seconds ago. So no, that was cool. That was from our visit of when we went to go and see the guys at Silver Lake, and you will be able to see. Is it next Thursday,
Yes,
Steph?
sir.
We'll be bringing out the
Yeah. Week tomorrow.
so
will
next
be our
Thursday.
vlog of our
yeah,
tour.
week tomorrow. Yes. So we spent the day at Silver Lake, seeing what's all involved and how you guys will be getting your race car parts when you order them. So yeah, tune in next week. Week tomorrow.
There we go. Can't wait for that, guys. Can't wait for that. And just a quick reminder as well, if you are looking for any mid-season bits for the race car, whether it's racewear, anything like that as well, anything over £100, you've got free delivery on as well. And it's our friends at Hawk Motorsport. We have mentioned before, they go over and above for the club racer. Richard Stock there, he does great work. So instead of thinking of the big boys in the racing world to get your racewear, to get your race parts, think of people like Let's not point any fingers, Nicholas. Let's think about
I didn't.
Let's think about people like Hawk Motorsport who will look after the club racer. Any orders
100%.
over £100, free delivery. So go to www.hawk, that's spelled HAWKE, motorsport, all in one word, .co.uk. Cheers, guys. Right, time for the second part of the show. We're going to bring on 3 more wonderful guests. And it is my pleasure to introduce of NJM Racing, Nick Jackson. Of Uncle Luke's Sign and Sticker Shop, it is Uncle Luke himself, Luke Allen.
Hello.
And from Marketing Delivery, and he's going to tell us all about his new voice box program, it's Jeremy Evans. Jezza!
Evening all.
Good evening, team. Look at this. This is cool. This works.
It worked.
Just like a revolving door of guests.
Nick looks like he's in an aquarium, though.
Just a little fish just swimming by in a minute.
It does look a bit aquatic. I'm liking the table that's behind Uncle Luke. Is that off an EP3 by any chance, Luke? Nick will love that.
Yeah, that's the famous wheel that is from Liddon Hill. That one.
Let's not mention that. So the good thing is it's the first time we've actually had Uncle Luke and Jeremy Evans on the show. So it's great to have you guys on as wonderful supportive partners to our ambassador program, Anti-Club Racing UK. So I'm actually going to start. It's kind of going to be between Jeremy and Nick Jackson because you're going to tell us about Anglesey last weekend, aren't you?
Oh,
what a weekend!
Yeah, what a weekend.
You'll recover.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors between the two of you, and that's who goes first.
Come on.
Go on, Jeremy. You go for it.
We beat Monday. Yeah, what a weekend. Loved it. For us in our little KA. For me personally, I got to race with my son, which was fantastic. So for me to be able to share a car with him, even though he's 50 kilos lighter than me, so I had to carry around ballast in the car because otherwise the car's underweight with him in it, which really doesn't help me. But actually, to do a 24-hour race with your 18-year-old son was quite cool. Nothing prepares you for the smell of a 2-stint old race suit. That was something I race.
Oh yeah, we've all been there.
Jezza, was it a bit stale?
I borrowed said 18-year-old son's links for later on in the event.
So you went into your final stint smelling like a teenager.
Yeah. the best smelling tyre changer refueler in the paddock.
So I mean, you have had quite an eventful first half of the season, but obviously Anglesey was the most recent one, and you Semprini Racing KA. So that's you guys taking the flag. So you know that was the first 24-hour race for the Enduro KA series. They had 23 cars out in that. So.
Yeah, we've had an interesting season with the Ks. It's the first year running 2 Ks for us. We only ran one at the 24-hour, but at Donington and Cadwell we ran 2. One for the juniors, which is my son, Phil's 2 sons, and Callum Perfect, who's only 16. And at Donington, actually, the senior team did really well. We were really happy with ourselves. I think we did something, and the boys brought the junior K home in one piece, which was their objective, which was good. Cadwell was a bit different. After 40 minutes at Cadwell, the junior car was in the wall and the senior car with me on board was stationary at the side of the track with a blown fuse. But come the end of the 6-hour race, we were both in the top 20 somehow, not quite sure how. And then in the 24-hour, I think we finished 13th, so we were kind of midfield obscurity. I'll take that. Sharing a garage with the Shine boys, so evening to Wayne and Colin. I still think you should have put more fuel in that car at the end than we could have got you, but never mind. We had a good weekend with the Shine boys.
I don't think anyone's ever had a bad weekend with the Shine boys, have they?
I was going to say, I think any weekend with the Shine Automotive crew is a good weekend, and I hope Colin's watching this evening.
Well, I know Wayne is, and I have to say, Wayne, your homemade sausage, very nice.
Oh yeah.
that's not a euphemism, is it?
Winky face.
Oh, I love it. No, top blokes.
Top blokes. Right, Nick, so you've done the 24-hour KAs as well, so how was the experience for yourself?
Yeah, it was good on our side of things. We're running 3 cars at this one, so it was not too bad compared. Well, I say not too bad in the sense of number-wise, only dealing with 3 cars rather than 5 is what we have done in the past. What really surprised me was the driving standards and the damage across the field. It looked very, very clean out there. Everyone raced fairly. And to be honest, it was the whole paddock coming together to help each other out as well the whole way through. Obviously, we've seen that in the KAs in the past, but to see it in a 24 is even more sort of, it affects you more sort of thing. And by the end of the 24, to see pretty much all the cars running, and if not, the marshals make sure the last car still pushed across the line.
Yeah,
So,
that was brilliant.
Nice.
Technically, everything finished, which was nice.
That was good. Like you say, it's a tall order for an event like that. So bearing in mind, it's obviously the KAs are in their 3rd year now. In their 3rd year now, and it's just like, to then put on their first ever 24-hour and their first time at Anglesey as well, and to see all the cars finish, I think it was bloody brilliant. Really, testament to how strong the series has grown over time.
100%.
So.
And to be realistic, no one had ever run that car, obviously, for 24 hours. So from the 12-hour point, it was all, we were all learning. We were all finding out what was going to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Luckily, they all just carried on going.
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I mean, the one, because obviously the one thing that especially you said, Nick, as well, that just Anglesey Circuit is as a circuit, picturesque, beautiful.
Incredible circuit.
Well, I've only been there once before for the race of remembrance, and I've got to admit, I was sat out on the pit wall at 11 o'clock at night during the race in a t-shirt, taking selfies, going, "Where am I? I'm definitely not in North Wales."
Yeah, that's it. It was ridiculously nice up there the weekend. I mean, I did see you guys had a spot of rain during your 24, but
at 4 a.m. I think that kicked in 4:30, didn't it? Absolutely.
Yeah,
God, what a time to rain.
Yeah, I came in at 4 a.m. and tried to grab some sleep, headed for the motorhome, and it absolutely chucked it down. Kept me awake and everything.
Oh,
you got some sleep. Sounds like luxury there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the circuit itself, I said before the show, it gives me vibes of sort of Phillip Island, Australia, that kind, just with the background, the Irish Sea in the background, the dips, the mountains, look, the Snowdonia in the distance, just beautiful.
That for me. I couldn't fathom looking in the distance and just seeing all the Welsh mountains and stuff like that. It's just like, nah, that's not real. That's something weird.
The first time you go out on track day, you come around that bend at the top of the hill and head down towards the course.
Yeah.
Stop yourself looking at the view to get yourself in the braking zone coming up, because it's just like
Yeah.
you come around the corner and you're looking out over the sea and the mountains and everything, and you go, I've got to stop.
Fall off the end of the world.
Yeah. It's absolutely stunning. Right, just back to some comments quickly. Shine Automotive are watching. So he has Colin out. He has Colin out. So good evening, Colin. Shine Automotive. Yes, I caught him having a sneaky buyout with Wayne's sausage when no one was looking. Wayne also comments, everybody loves my sausage.
Love it.
Love it. Chris Pearson also joins the show as well. He's looking forward to shooting the race at Castle Combe this Saturday and Sunday, following 2 back-to-back weekends of music festivals. That's a bit of a mixture there, Chris.
Damn straight. The bloke's got good taste in music too. Woo!
Outstanding. Now, with our last 3 guests on, actually 2 of them are connected in some way. So we've got Jeremy and Nick that were out in Enduro KA, but Jeremy Evans and Uncle Luke also raced Nick's favourite car, an EP3.
Yeah, I love EP3s. They're the favourite car in the world. I can't wait to have a go in one.
Right, so we'll come to Uncle Luke's quick. Thank you for waiting patiently, Luke. So obviously you run Uncle Luke's sign and sticker shop, and let's be honest, every time I've seen your EP3 out on circuit, it is absolutely immaculate, and I mean not a spot on it.
Most of the time, that's true. To be fair, it's still in bits at the minute. It's been in bits the last 6 weeks. We're still waiting for bits for it. But yeah, it's normally clean and shiny. So I try to keep it clean and shiny if people don't drive into me. So, but I was even on 3 wheels there. Look at that.
Look at that. It's because the other wheel's behind you.
It looks nice. So
It does look very nice. So what bits are you actually waiting for?
So we kept struggling with front hubs, and we kept bending front hubs. I don't ask how, if I'm honest. But I kept messing about with second-hand stuff, and like because the Civic's getting so old, I think everybody's finding it's struggling to get decent quality parts. All the bits off breakers cars have done 150,000 plus miles. So I ended up just ordering new parts from Honda, which had come from Japan, which is like 8 weeks delivery. But they turned up last week. So I've just got to put some bits and pieces together and then put it back. And hopefully it'll be out in a couple of weeks, I think, at Snetterton. So.
Yeah, because I mean, predominantly these days, you're as well as the business. I mean, you're Norfolk, so obviously your local track is Snetterton, so you're involved predominantly with Snet Saloons.
Yeah, so I've kind of taken a bit of a back seat from racing, really, just with time and like building the business up, promoting Snetterton Saloons, and just trying to get that off the ground. Really, it's a difficult time to have a new series, and like there's so many series that seem to be struggling with grids. So I've just been trying to put a load of effort into that, and I think we've pretty much nailed it. I think our lowest grid was like 26 cars, I think.
Luke, credit where credit dues, mate. The Snet Saloons has been a mega series to watch already this year. Well, we were there, weren't we, at the beginning of the year for the first event?
Yeah.
And
it provides some good racing.
It was wicked to see.
I missed the last round because the car wasn't ready. So actually, it's the first time I stood and watched it. And like there was races up and down the grid. Everyone has fun. Everyone has a laugh. And then we all have a beer and a barbecue afterwards, which is most of what club racing is about, really, I think, isn't it?
100% what club racing is about.
Yeah, I think I gave up on the dream of being a touring car driver a long time ago. And I just like the social...
No, never give up on that dream.
It's just life, isn't it? And I'm fortunate that I like with work and stuff, I know so many people, and without motorsport, then my business wouldn't be where it is today. So if anybody wants to advertise in motorsport, I'd seriously recommend it, because it is, like I said, I wouldn't be where I am today without advertising on the side of the Civic, and like you guys promoting us, and like with Snet Saloons and things as well. So, it's been a really good series, to be fair. And there's some quick, nice cars out as well.
Oh yeah,
nice,
absolutely fantastic. So for the rest of this year, so obviously you're waiting for parts to come in. So you're out at all during the rest of the year? And
so we're out I'll be out at the next round of Snet Saloons. That's the 26th of June. So we're supporting British GT meeting at Snetterton. That'll be quite a busy meeting for us, which is good. And then I'll probably do most of the other ones if I can. We've got a 2.5-hour relay race in August.
Yep.
So we're going to be promoting that and try and get some new drivers. So for that one, so that we're looking for about 60 cars, I think, for that one, for the 2.5-hour relay. And then if all goes well, then one thing leads to another. Then hopefully we'll have longer relay races in the forthcoming years. Hopefully.
Nice.
I think it's cool. Fingers crossed. So what was the idea behind that then? Just to give a bit extra to the endurance element of it, or?
Yeah, I think so. And I think there's a lot of the endurance events, like it's so costly for everybody. And like just running one car, it's a monumental effort just to get a car out there, which will last for 24 hours. I looked at doing the C1 things. I've done a bit of C1 racing, but you've got to have such a team behind you. And I think the relay, like the Burkett, everybody loves the Burkett, and it works, and it's always busy, always big grids. So I think if we can do the relay with different cars, then it just helps the cost for people as well. And like originally, I think back in the 80s, the original Will Hire 24-hour was a relay race with like 5 cars in each team. So it's kind of like a bit of a throwback to that, with a bit of a modern twist, hopefully. So,
nice. I look forward to seeing how that'll pan out.
Yeah, it's kind of referring back to our pub conversation at the weekend, isn't it, gents? Because I'm pretty sure I mentioned the Snetterton having some proper endurance racing there, as well as the TCV stuff, having the bigger endurance events there. It's a great circuit. I don't see why it's not utilised more for the bigger endurance events. But
it is a good circuit, and I think it's almost forgotten. I think everyone over in Norfolk is almost a little bit forgotten. But it's a long way to go.
Oh,
it's closer than Anglesey.
Yes, yeah. There's a lot of people that don't like Snetterton, and I don't know what it's got a great mix of corners. I think the only thing it misses is probably like elevation change. It's still quite flat, but it's got a bit of everything. And I think with the new the 300 circuit, it's not a power circuit anymore like it used to.
No, it's a lot more technical because you've got the ultra slow corners, the slower corners, the fast sweepers. So to me, the reason we went to Snetterton last year and did a few tests there when I needed some seat time, we chose Snetterton because it's got all those ranges of corners. So
it's got a bit of everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I love that circuit. I
think gone are the days where it was a power circuit, and my dad used to race bikes on Snetterton circuit, and it's always it's a power circuit. But yeah, like I said, it's got quite technical infield now. So.
Well, Snetterton holds a close place in my heart because I've got my first ever race win there.
I got my first ever podium in Snetterton, actually, in my old career. My first ever podium. So
that's it. I love Snetterton. I think it's brilliant. I mean, like I say, doing it in the KAs, obviously going down both the straights takes about 3 days, but it's a great track otherwise. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. No one shoot me.
To be fair, even the C1s don't feel that slow there. They go all right, to be fair, around there.
Yeah, I mean, you can read a book when you're going around, but
Well, yeah, certainly in TV you can. You can almost take a newspaper out with you and just sort of, just checking you haven't got to the end of the straight yet.
And then what happens when you get to the end of the straight, Rob?
You have a horrific shunt. Anyway, moving on. So, Jeremy, we're carrying on with the EP3 theme here because Nick's loving this conversation, of course.
Yeah, love it.
Jez.
Look at it.
It's a beautiful car. To start off, Jez, a lot of people won't know how's Phil.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. Yeah, I saw him this morning. He's on the mend. Yep, and he'll be back at it soon. So yes, he's If you're going to
good news
at a race circuit,
So obviously Cadwell Park. I know you obviously don't want to go too much into it, but unfortunately at Cadwell Park there was a bit of drama there.
Yes, my teammate came over at All Funny and had to get some medical help and get himself sorted, which he did, which was good. And then I went out with the Civic and blew it up. So yeah, great weekend.
Wait, what? What? Civics Hondas don't blow up?
Yeah, mine's now got a hole in the crankcase that it wasn't designed to have, just below the oil filter.
Just an inspection hole.
They're just so powerful and just mighty race cars.
I have to say, it's a new car to us because we had a Clio, as you know, last year, and that was too unreliable. So we got a Honda because we break down.
Because you were telling me that story at Anglesey, and it was brilliant. And you were like, "Yeah, Clio was really unreliable, so I bought a Honda that's unreliable."
Yeah.
But actually, just while we're on the subject, quickly of little breakdowns and stuff like that, you have to tell everybody your story about the KA, where you were conked out on the side of the road. You were telling me.
Yeah.
And then what happened? You went all the way back where?
Yeah, so this was a Cadwell, as I said earlier. The juniors had stuck theirs in the barrier, and about 3 laps later, mine conked out at the mountain. So I pulled off, not knowing what was going on with the thing, and had to wait for a tow back. Got pulled back to the paddock, the penalty that comes with it. Got out of the car to wander back to the pits to paddock where the team was, to find them banging out the side of the junior KA. To then find Tony, our very helpful kind of teammate and mechanic. He said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Well, the KA's just been towed back. It's up there. It's gone pop. I need a fuse. I think it's that fuse again." He said, "I put some in the glove box." I could have fixed it on the side of the track and got back out with probably only about a lap lost. But as it was, we lost about 12 laps.
I love that. I thought that was brilliant.
Wandering back down to find a fuse and put it in.
I mean, the one thing that Simprini Racing can boast, they are beautifully prepared cars. I mean,
they're lovely looking, aren't they? They're very pretty cars. Yeah.
I love that blue. That blue's really nice.
That's a Ford Desert Island blue, that is.
That's why I like it. Nice. It's Ford.
Ford too.
Many Fiestas.
Hold on. That is literally the perfect car. It's a Ford colour. and it's a Honda.
A Japanese car.
Where do I sign?
Yeah.
Where do I sign?
I mean, to be fair, apart from the Volvo Blue, I mean, the Volvo Blue is absolutely. If I was to put that the Volvo Blue is sky high. It's that good. But Ford
What's it?
cars
Is it
generally
Polestar
have,
Blue?
Something like Polestar Blue. Like so, if you want a decent Volvo colour, the V8 that raced 2014 Scott McLaughlin, Polestar Blue, wow, beautiful. But Ford cars generally have nice colours.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I have seen a Honda color which is very similar, but it's good. And I have to say the Honda's a great car. I mean, we stuck it on the front row of the first track day trophy race we did with it.
Yeah, and that was I wanted to mention that as well because it did start well for you, Jez.
And it will. The car's got massive potential once we learn it, and just iron out a few bugs. There's no such thing as a ready to race second-hand race car, is there? So there's always going to be stuff that needs to blow up and have to fix. So we'll get there with it. It's a competitive car, and lots of potential for us learning how to drive it and learning not to blow it up.
Absolutely. Right, so we've just got a short video clip to show the world, actually, to do with marketing delivery voice box. So we'll show it first, and then we'll come to you, Jeremy, just to explain.
Thank you.
Welcome to Marketing Delivery VoiceBox. Our products revolutionise the automotive customer journey. You can manage inquiries with Leadbox and promote your stock with car alerts and social media ads. Our eCRM solution allows you to keep in touch with customers using mobile optimized contact, and you can also send automated after-sales reminders. Reach potential customers with digital campaigns and use social media to engage targeted audiences. Contact us today for more information.
Love it.
Very professional.
That's the most professional thing that's ever been on this show ever.
The most professional thing we've ever done.
the marketing delivery. So obviously that's your business, and it is featuring prominently both on your race cars. Baz Ward, who's running in Mini Challenge with Lux Motorsport as well. You're sponsoring him as well. Ash Moore, who we had on the show earlier in the year with the Type R trophy,
and was here fixing my loft hatch a couple of hours ago.
So the voice box part of marketing delivery. So just explain a bit about the launch of that and what you're doing.
So we work with about 400 car dealers up down the country, and we built the voice box platform to basically for our own internal use, because we do lots of email campaigns, SMS campaigns, and social media work with these car dealers. We wanted a platform that we could keep everything together, and then we had the idea really that actually this platform is too good just to keep to ourselves, so we should take it out to the rest of the world and offer it out to businesses who want to use a digital marketing platform. And this is the work we're going to do with the ambassadors. So I think we've got Cameron lined up as the first one next week to go through this. We keep trying to get Nick on a call to go through it with Nick, but he's always on dates and losing his phone, and it's far.
I'm sorry, look. You were like, "You ready for 2:00?" And I was like, I had my telly remote and my TV, and it was the only reach to the outside world I had because this idiot lost his phone in a mosh pit the other day at a festival.
So we're going to work with the ambassadors using VoiceBox for them to schedule their social media content, because social media is obviously now such a massive part of any racing driver trying to publicise themselves, gain publicity for their sponsors, seek new sponsors. And actually planning that content and how you publish it is so important. Now, you can't just do it on the hoof from a phone at the side of a racetrack anymore, because you just don't get time to do it. We did a 24-hour race, and I think we posted 3 things. Getting that content planned and scheduled in advance, and people get email addresses from people who express an interest, and to keep track of all of that with email newsletters and stuff like that is such an important part now for the club racer, that we kind of think VoiceBox has got a place within the club racing community, and we're going to work it with the ambassadors this year to see how they get on with it, and then to see if it's a product that kind of resonates with other club racers who want to be able to plan and produce kind of professional marketing content, but haven't got time to do it on the hoof.
Yeah, 100%.
Fantastic. And we look forward to how that develops as well, because
that sounds like something we need, Nick.
Well, by all means, You two can be available for business meetings also. It can't just be my beautiful face all the time.
I did get an email back from Steph saying, "Well, I'm at work and Nick's lost his phone, so I doubt it."
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Third time lucky. Third time's a charm.
Third time lucky, but Cameron gets there first. So Cameron is going on next week, and we'll get a slot in with Nick and with Dan to get them on it as well, and we'll see how they go on with it.
Awesome.
Absolutely. We've got a comment here from All Square Racing Road, Chris and Vicky Pratt. Good evening, guys. Hope you're well. And he does say, "How did you get your voice that high for the video, Jezza?"
That is a very lovely young lady called Emily who's very heavily pregnant at the minute, who leaves us at the end of the month. She's done some voiceovers for us on some videos, and that's all produced by the fabulous in-house team. Those videos, the graphics,
brilliant.
So we're very proud of the guys and girls who have put those videos together for us.
Awesome.
Love it. I love that, and we can't wait to see how marketing delivery voice box works. That looks absolutely pucker, and hopefully something that can be brought to club racers to use as part of their toolbox, as well as the bits that you use to span the car.
Absolutely right.
Absolutely right. Nick Jackson, thank you for waiting so patiently, mate. Thank you very much. So obviously, as well as Anglesey, you have had a busy year with NJM Racing, Moores Motors. So tell us about your year so far.
It's been pretty good, to be honest. We've been mainly concentrating on the KAs. We've basically bought a new Fiesta as well, which has been out in Track Day Trophy a little bit this year. And then the other success that we've been having so far is our Seat Supercopa, which has been driven by Dylan Brichter.
Yes.
So at Anglesey, he got a first and fastest car on the Super Pole, and also a second in race 2. So it was over the moon with that.
Those things are incredible.
Yeah, they're good bits to get. We still need to get you guys out in them, actually. Keep saying that.
I'd love to.
Yes, we do.
Yes, you do. Have you still got?
Let me know when you're on a track day, and we'll be there.
We've got 2 of them at the moment, so we look after Roger Everett's as well. I say look after. We loosely look after it on a race weekend. He does most of prep before a weekend. But yeah, R2, we're running one this year. The other one at the moment has been parked up for the start of the year. So if anyone fancies a drive, there's opportunities for that. Little plug there.
They're absolute machines.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if the car can get a result like that in the new MSVT Super Turismo X Championship, it's certainly well worth the punt there. So
they're both front running cars. Obviously, the car that Dill's in this year won Super Cup in 2020, and then the other car was the runner up last year. So
nice.
Yeah,
so you could say they're both pretty handy then.
Yeah, they're both ready to be winning races, basically.
Yeah.
Outstanding. So for the rest of the year, obviously you're concentrating on the KAs as well. So I know Donington, it was straight away. It was a brand new built car, I believe, was it? The Yippee-Ki-Yay?
Yeah, Yippee-Ki-Yay, they came first. So we had them up there at the front. We had V-Box out. Obviously, Octane Junk had been running for a few years. And the Castrol team as well. And obviously Powerflex on the first one. So there are sort of 5 main. They all drop in and out for different rounds. So we're not running them consistently this year, but obviously you're going to be seeing them around. But yeah, Yippee-Ki-Yay did well. Anglesey, I think they're up to 7th in the end. And then we got 10th with the V-Box guys, which are all complete novices. So I was quite happy with that. And 16th with the Castrol car. Yeah, it's been quite a successful year so far.
Let's be honest. There's some pretty well-established names there within your ranks there, like Castrol, V-Box, Powerflex. You know.
Yeah, so Castrol's more just a play on words for our side of things, but the others are the others are actually it's the Powerflex guys and the Race Logic. That is the companies directly.
Yeah, I like that.
But Race Logic are doing some good stuff. They're using it as a good promo this year. So I say they've taken 5 drivers out of their company from different areas, all of which have never raced before, and putting them all obviously through their RS tests and using their equipment to train themselves to improve their driving, basically.
I think that's brilliant. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah. That's cool,
Yeah.
man.
Brilliant thing for the company to do. I've got to admit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice one to do.
We have to let us know some of the results, and we'll get some posts up.
Yeah, absolutely. So, your plan moving forward for the rest of the year? Are you doing any driving yourself, or?
I'm not. I'm saving for a wedding.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Jamie said yes then.
She said yes, yeah. The question last year, so she said yes. But since then racing, I promised I'd finish off last year, and then that was it. I'd have to hold out for a little while. So I'll jump in and out when I can, but yeah, I'm not.
Laura spotted you in the KA earlier in the season.
Did spot me at Cadwell, yeah. Snuck out on that one. I snuck out on the line as well at Anglesey, but I won't mention that one.
Don't say it online. She can rewind it back.
Yeah,
it's fine. She's out tonight. I know she's not watching. It's all right.
Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah, but the problem is it stays on YouTube afterwards, so she can watch it and check.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. She won't.
Yeah.
So,
I love it.
So obviously you're on the sidelines for the rest of the year. So, is there plans to run more cars? Is there anything else going on in the horizon? And the Fiesta running in track day trophies. So
so we've got our Mini that we're hoping to get back out soon. Just having the engine rebuilt and things like that. So hopefully that's going to be back out with a couple of drivers. And we've also got Kermit, which is quite a famous. Well, most people know Kermit, the old green Fiesta.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's coming back out after it went pop at Anglesey last year at the race of remembrance, and we want to enter that race again to make sure it finishes this time.
Brilliant.
So there's probably going to be some endurance stuff near the end of the year, basically, but otherwise just concentrating on the MSV things that we're involved in.
Yeah, well, it's safe to say you've got a few cars in your stable then.
Yeah, we've got a few at the moment, getting nice and busy.
Worst places to be, mate, with multiple race cars.
Yeah,
definitely. Although I look like this for a reason. I am extremely tired still because I haven't had a day off since Anglesey. But I think my next day off is maybe Sunday if I'm lucky.
So you basically came straight back from doing a 24-hour race, and you were just straight on it, working, getting the grind in, and.
100%. Yeah, it was back. I was on the day job on the Sunday, back at Mercedes, and then back to the workshop Monday, and again all this week been workshopping Mercedes. So a mixture of the two jobs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now this isn't very nice, Jamie, and I know this is. So what is the ongoing joke between you and Jamie Moore? He looks obese. Jamie Moore comments. Right.
Notice how his profile picture doesn't have a picture of himself anymore. It doesn't fit into it.
I love it. I love the camaraderie between you two.
Right, so come on, what's the story there? Because it is constant over the past few months. It's like you're both trying to fat shame each other into oblivion.
It's meant to be motivational, but it's not really working. We both just keep going out and eating more. So yeah, it's sort of swung the other way now.
It's just turned into a competition then.
Yeah, basically.
God, I can imagine.
Well,
Right,
when we all pulled up to camp at the top of the campsite there after the enduro car race, it was the Moores Motors people who got the barbecues out first.
There we go. See? I had to feed Jamie. He was hungry.
I don't think I saw him once all weekend without something in his mouth.
there we go. Jeremy Moore, I comfort him because of the bullying now. So.
Oh, bless him.
Bless him. Right, I'm going to come back to Uncle Luke's actually, because I do want to ask. So obviously, motorsport has helped sort of with your business. So what, as well as your racing and Snet Saloons, what other motorsport projects have you kind of been involved in with Uncle Luke's? Tell us a bit more about that.
We've done loads over the years, to be fair. So we done a load of work with Brabham. So when they brought over the BT62, we wrapped them. We wrapped and done all the work for them. So that was quite a good one. We wrapped it in like 5-6 different colours for the promotional brochures and things, so they could sell them. So that was quite a successful one. We've done loads really. Do loads in like Civic Cup with obviously Snet Saloons. I lose count how much race cars we do, to be fair. And we've done work quite closely with R Racing, who run Ginetta Juniors, and they're running Aston Martin GT4 this year. So that's quite an exciting project to be involved in. So that the car's new for them, and yeah, it's nice to work on Aston Martins, to be fair.
Yeah, I bet.
Do a lot of like I said, a lot of work with Ginetta. A lot of work with the new DB3 Championship, like what used to be F3, I think. With Elite Motorsports, so I do a lot of work for them. So it's pretty much up and down the grid. There's Uncle Luke's everywhere, really.
I think it's safe to say I don't think you've ever turned out a bad-looking race car, have you? Let's be honest.
I like to think not, to be fair. I think not. It's we're trying to make things look shiny and pretty. So you can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in glitter. So
wow.
I might have to tap you up with a rusty Vectra at some point. Then we'll see how far you can roll that one.
I think boxes might be a bit much, to be honest.
So, I mean, to be honest, that is quite a broad like avenue of the like spectrum of the motorsport calendar. So you've got GTs, prototypes, obviously what I would call average sort of tin top, Formula cars, single seaters. Have you done any trucks? Have you done any drift cars? Anything like that?
We've done a few drift cars, just like club stuff. I haven't done a truck. I've done like race transport lorries, but I haven't done a race truck yet. I think we need to get one of them in the shop. So I've done a few race transporters. So we extended where we are our units at the minute, and we extended so we can get race transporters and race trucks and stuff inside now. So we've got a purpose-built fit bay for that. Get everything done in there. We do, and aside from the motorsport stuff, we do quite a lot of like normal commercial things, shop signage, buses, like lorries, like curtain-side lorries, things like that. We've done a lot of work with a local company that they're going to Ukraine. So they've done, the guy Scott has done 5 trips over there now. So we graphics up his lorry. So we've been taking stuff over there. So we're quite heavily involved in that. So we're trying to help out where we can. And go from there, really.
There we go. I mean, Matt Cleary comments as well. He's even got stickers on his lad's car. I think, to be fair, I speak with Matt a lot. I don't think there isn't an item that he hasn't bought from you.
Yeah, to be fair, Matt and his lad are great. Like, I go karting with them as well. And like, do you know what? They're the proper club racing enthusiasts. Like, so fair play to him and his boy. Like, they do it and they enjoy it. They love it. But yeah, thanks for reminding.
Absolutely,
exactly what it's about.
Fantastic. So, guys, obviously, look forward to seeing your guys' progress the rest of the year. We're also looking forward to keeping everyone updated with the likes of marketing delivery with VoiceBox. Uncle Luke's, you keep us posted with the projects throughout the year, and we'll get them posted up on the Club Race DK pages. And we look forward to seeing what happens in the epic battle between Jamie Moore and Nick Jackson to see.
That's a podcast on its own, isn't it?
I reckon we should get them both on. Let's do a special. We'll do an Instagram live video or something like that and have a pile.
Maybe we get them two on when we're talking about paddock food.
Yeah.
That's a good shout.
Yes.
That's a good shout. There's not many places we haven't tried.
There we have it. We have our connoisseurs.
Absolutely.
I did like the milkshakes at Anglesey. They're nice.
Milkshakes?
You know what, right?
Did you all miss the massive milkshakes you could buy?
The shmoo milkshakes are mint.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh.
Why didn't you tell me all day?
It seems to be Steph's top secret.
Right.
I have to say, I think
Anglesey
though. I think Anglesea's up there with like top priced food, like good, well priced food, and we even got a hog roast as well. Whoop, whoop.
Wow.
I know
It's all
James
right.
listening. I think we need to drive up for a milkshake. We need to try this.
It's so far
That's a
away.
little excessive.
All right, I'll ask the same question to you three then. How long does it take you guys to get to Anglesey?
Took me 7.5 hours.
Okay.
Luke?
Yeah.
I'm literally about to Google Maps it because I know it's a hell of a long way.
Go on.
I'll tell you. Anglesey. 212 miles. Oh, to be fair, it's not that far. 4 hours, 56 minutes.
That's what it
Okay.
says it lies.
Yeah.
About 5 hours?
Yeah.
Try that toe in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast with the trailer, I'm fine.
Yeah, very true.
I think when we left, ours said 5 hours, 38 minutes or something like that. But I don't think it actually changed for 3 hours, and then it started counting down.
Yeah.
Sounds like I think it was 4.5 hours, but it was actually 7 hours.
Yeah.
It took us
To be fair, it's
7-8
definitely
hours.
the average, isn't it? All right, Cameron threw that one out the window earlier with a 2.5 hour journey, but but everybody else, doesn't matter where you are in the world, 7 hours. Doesn't matter where you are in the world.
Yeah. But and to be fair, I haven't been to the circuit itself. I've been to the surrounding area, but I'm popping that cherry in about a week and a half's time, so I'm looking forward to going up there.
A Welshman that hasn't been to Anglesey.
I know, but
it's worth the drive, though. To be fair,
it's definitely worth it.
Stunning. Yeah, it's stunning.
Stunning, absolutely stunning. Right, guys, thank you so much for coming on today. We must apologise as well. We were trying to get more partners on tonight. Unfortunately, they weren't available, but I believe we are going to be doing more work and with you guys as well. Fingers crossed over on our Instagram as well. We're going to do some live stuff on there and just get talking to some of our partners. And
we've got all these guys on board for the rest of the 2022 season. So, and obviously we'll all be, hopefully, most of us will be attending the Burkett Relay towards the end of the year if we're about. And egging on the drivers and things like that. So
well, hopefully, I've got an idea. I've got an amazing idea. If for some reason the Vectra doesn't get built, then Nick can bring his Seat Super Coupe with him, and we use that instead.
I'm sure we can arrange something. We'll have a talk at some point.
Yeah, you do realise, Steph, I won't help you build the Vectra now if that is on the table.
It's all right.
Oh
no! My garage door won't open.
Oh no, we don't have the parts for this old rusty Vauxhall. Oh, whatever will we do? No, that is getting built.
There we go.
Why don't I have a Club Racing UK team in our Snacks and Saloons relay? Enter it.
That's not a bad shout.
That is not a bad shout. So what are the exact dates for that?
27th of August.
27th of August.
Can I borrow a car again, Nick?
If you're free, we'll have a chat afterwards. I'll sort something out. I'm going to do a feature or something on it.
Yeah, okay. No problem.
Oh, we like chats.
Yes. And with that, guys, thank you very much for coming on tonight. If for everyone still watching, obviously keep an eye out for updates all over the Club Racing UK social media. Our next episode in 2 weeks' time, Nicholas will be...
We will be talking motorsport photography. We're going to have 3 amazing photographers on the show telling us how they get involved in motorsport, kind of things that are involved, obviously showing off some of their skills. And it's going to be a cracking show. Looking forward to that one.
There we go. And tomorrow night on the Club Racing UK YouTube, Stefan?
Is our vlog when we went and spanned for Biz Drift at Jackfest. So tune in for that and you'll see what we get up to with the drift car and see what it's all about.
If you like things, all things sideways and unclub level racing related, watch it.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with club racing whatsoever. Actually, well, Justin Roberts' cars makes an appearance for a brief moment. A nice EP3 in there for Nick, but apart from that, it's drifting. But we're just proving a point that if you're into motorsport and you want to be involved, that all you've got to do is talk to people, get to know people, and you can go and help out in Spanner or whatever you want to do with anyone, because it's everyone always wants help, and you can get involved. So that's what the video was all about.
That's it.
Don't need to watch it now.
Yeah, don't need to watch it. Never mind.
There we go.
No, it'll be a good one.
It'll be a very good one. Well, thank you to our guests, our first guests as well. I'll say thank you to Darren Cook, to Nick Vaughan, and to Cameron Bell, and to our guests from the second half of the show this evening, to Nick Jackson of NJM Limited, to Uncle Luke from Uncle Luke's Sign and Sticker Shop, and to Jeremy Evans of Semprini Racing. He loves a Honda Civic, as does Nick Holmes, and he's also got his marketing delivery voice box software out now. So yes, we're looking forward to trying that out with the club races for the rest of the year. Keep in touch, guys, and we will keep everyone posted. It's been the Club Racing UK podcast in association with Silver Lake Automotive Recycling. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, all.